Hi ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. Chosen ones, you are a player. And I might have catfished a little bit with this title, okay? I don't mean it in a bad way, okay? You might have been a player in the past, but you quickly learned that players are only playing themselves, okay? And so lies and manipulation isn't really your thing, so, or even hurting yourself, right? And so even if you were a player sometime in the past, in the long past, that you quickly learned, right, that it wasn't the right thing to do. So I'm not talking about a player as in, playing people, right? I'm talking about a player where you don't watch, you don't like to watch. Even in fact, going to the games might even be extremely boring for you. Although chosen ones are all very different, right? Especially when it comes to like males and females, right? Still, watching isn't really your thing. I never liked going to the games, and just like watching, right? To me, it was extremely boring, right? And the only time when I actually did like it, right, is like going to sometimes football games, right? And like our uni had some football games, right? And I went to a game in UF, and so the Gators, as you guys know, right? that was a lot of fun because my friends were there, and it was more of a social event. It was like going to a party, basically, right? And so back in the day, you might have liked that, right? And so you didn't go to the game just to watch the game because it was always boring and you wanted to participate. You wanted to be the player, right? And you actually are the player, guys. How are you the player, right? You're a player because you want to participate, right? And so you're not just a player in a sense of, when it comes to maybe sports, right? Um, you're a major player, and not just a player, but a major player, right? In the sense that when most things end with you, okay? So people get their karma when it comes to you. People get their karma, okay? And so you're, in a sense, you're God's justice, okay? So most things end with you, okay? If there was some kind of injustice going on, usually when it comes to you and when people get to you, the interaction with you changes things around. It either breaks another person's ego, okay? It allows them to see the side of themselves that they've never seen before because they were always surrounded by enablers, right? And people who participated and supported their behavior. But because you're a major player and you're, in a sense, you're God's chosen, right? And so you're not going to enable people. You're going to speak up. You're going to stand up for people. Um, you're going to be fearless when it comes to the way that people are dealing with other people, right? And so you're here to protect and defend the underdog, right? And so not only that, but you catch things other people don't. You have an extremely keen eye. You're aware of energies. You can read energy. You're aware of body language. You can pick up on a lot of things as, first of all, your awareness has expanded, is expanded, right? And so when your awareness is greater, you notice more things when it comes to other people, when it comes to interactions in your environment, right? And so it's extremely hard to pull one over on you, okay? And so because of that, it stops with you, okay? So the game playing, right? Or the, um, you know, the, not the game playing, but anything that was in the darkness through you and because of you is brought to light. Okay, and so that makes you, you know, God's justice. You bring God's justice to places, people, and things, you know, and you're not afraid to do so. Okay, you're not afraid to do so, and in fact, you know, you take pride and joy in this. You take pride and joy in the things that you're doing, and you know, you take pride and joy in your character and in your fearlessness, because the Holy Spirit, or the one that holds the Holy Spirit, operates not from a fear-based thinking, but from their heart space, and they're fearless. Okay, they're not afraid of a lot of things, and they're not afraid of speaking out, right? Because when it comes to fear, most people are living in their fear, right? And because they're living in their fear, this can, you know, spill over into a lot of different areas of their life, right? So they might not go after the opportunities that they want, or they might not go after their dreams because of fears. They might not start a YouTube channel, right? Or speak out or become public speakers, because public speaking, as you guys know, is like #1 fear for most people, right? And so that's very hard to do, right? So when it comes to like starting a YouTube channel, most people will never do this because of fear, right? Most people will not do this because they're afraid to speak the truth, right? Because truth is that it might make you sound crazy, okay? You have to be authentic, right? And so if you're speaking your truth, you have to be authentic, and most people are not authentic, right? And so you're a player, chosen ones. You're a major player, okay? Because you speak the truth, because you're authentic. You don't care who judges you. You don't care who is going to scrutinize you for your truth. Although when that does happen, you have feelings too, right? And so it's not very pleasant, right? And so of course it gets to you too, right? And because none of us want to be scrutinized, right? And treated unfairly, right? But hey, you know, when you speak up, when you stand up for the truth, for the underdog, you have to be afraid. You have to be willing to face the consequences that come along with that, right? And so, you know, it's kind of like the freedom convoy in Canada, right? The people that started it, they got into major trouble, right? And I believe they even went to jail for that, right? But that's, you know, that's you have to be prepared for that, right? Because there's often a cost to standing up and speaking the truth, right? And so you have to be prepared for the cost, and chosen ones are prepared for it, right? Because we know that God is always on our side, and we know that the truth will not only set us free, but set other people free too, right? And so, you know, the truth will always come to the surface, right? It will always prevail, and you speaking your truth will in a sense always keep you protected too, even if there are some consequences in the short term, right? And so yeah, guys, so yes, you are a major player, okay, guys, and not in a bad way, in a sense that, you know, you are not afraid to go after your goals. You're not afraid to jump first. You're not afraid to pave your own route so others can follow. You're not afraid to, you know, you're not afraid to stand up for the truth and to, you know, to go after the scammers, to go after the thieves, to go after the abusers, to go after the, you know, anyone that deserves God's justice, right? And so a lot of people don't understand this, and that's because they do not think you're a player, okay? They think you're a follower, okay? More often than not, guys, God has hidden you really well, right? You were like hidden in plain sight, pretty much, right? And so your looks might be deceptive, right? And we all look sorry, we all look so different, right? And so it doesn't matter what you look like, but more often than not, I think chosen ones have this kind of angelic, innocent look to them, right? And because you look this way, people do not think that they should be afraid of you. They don't think that that you're a threat, right? They don't think that you're strong and powerful, right? And so your looks is often very deceiving, and they do not think that you're a player, when in fact you are, right? And you take action. Okay, you take fearless action, and you don't give a damn about that, right? Like you will do it if it's the right thing to do. Okay, so um, yeah, it's, you know, people don't understand this about the chosen ones, and you know, when you walk away more often than not, right, things fall apart. Okay, things fall apart either physically, okay, or, well, first of all, energetically too, right? Because the chosen ones, they're like the glue, okay? They're all about justice. They're all about keeping the peace, okay? More often than not, especially the awakened chosen one, they're extremely balanced on the inside, okay? They're balanced in every way, right? And they have a balance of everything. They have a balance of, they've managed to balance this, like I said in my previous video, right? They operate in two different worlds, right? So it's the spiritual and the physical. So they've managed to, you know, kind of master both of these worlds. Or no, not sorry, that's not the way to say it. They've learned to operate in two worlds, not simultaneously, but perfectly, right? And so they don't get lost, for example, in the spiritual realm, and to, you know, they don't let themselves be ungrounded, right? And in a way that it interferes with them, like working a physical job, right, in this physical 3D reality, right? And that's what I mean, basically, right? And so they've mastered a lot of things. They've mastered their masculine and their feminine side, right? So they can operate into two different energies, right? Perfectly, okay? And so, you know, depending on when one is needed, right? And they're also very much aware when they're operating in their feminine or their masculine side too, right? And so there's that, right? And so, yeah, chosen ones are very balanced, okay? Their energy is balanced, their feminine, masculine energies are balanced. They've learned how to operate in two worlds or two realms without, you know, getting too out of touch with reality, right? And they're, yes, they've got a very strong and a very positive energy, okay? So whenever they go, they change environments, they change places, they make things better, okay? They trigger people, and of course, because of that, also certain environments, they might not want them in there because once again, it threatens that environment, okay? Because they want to keep it dark. They don't want it to become better, okay? Once again, it is a spiritual battle, right? And so, you know, certain entities, certain demons, they do not want you in certain environments, okay? And so yeah, just be prepared to get attacked, you know, if you ever are in a really bad environment. That's just bound to happen. Once again, your presence, it's godly, okay? It's a godly presence. It's innocent, it's good, right? You bring a lot of positive energy into people's lives. And if you ever are in any relationship, right? Be it an acquaintanceship or like with an acquaintance, right? Be it a romantic relationship or friendship, that person or those people are exceptionally lucky to have you in their lives, okay? Because like I said, your energy changes environments, it changes relationships for the better, right? It improves them. You make people's lives better, okay? And even physically, guys, a lot of you probably were into sports in the past or are into sports now, right? Because you know that taking care of your physical body is also extremely important. You have to be strong, right? You have to be fit, right? You have to, and you have to take care of yourself in every way, as it's all connected. Our physical body is connected to our spiritual, to our mental body. So you know this perfectly well, right? So a lot of you guys might still be very much into sports. And a lot of you, you know, a lot of Olympic athletes are the chosen ones, by the way, right? Because that godly spirit is exceptionally strong. It's a fighting spirit, okay? So people do not want to mess with you, okay? Because you will fight back in most cases, okay? Of course, as you've gotten older, you've learned to fight back in a good way, right? So you don't fight with like unkindness with unkindness, right? You learn to fight unkindness with kindness, right? As that's the most powerful thing you can do, right? But also when it came down to it and when you had to defend yourself, right? Physically speaking, you fought, okay? You fought back, guys. At some point, me and my friend were attacked in high school. I had to fight off three huge girls, and they ended up losing. Okay, so I'm not bragging about that. Okay, the cops thought that we started the fight, when in reality we didn't. Okay, I simply was defending my friend, right, and we were just coming back and going back to our car. You know, we went out, right, and we were wearing these like cute outfits, you know, and we were very skinny too, and just, you know, like athletes, right? She was also on my track team, I was on the track at that point, and we got attacked, you know, and the girls thought maybe they were on drugs or something, I don't know, they literally seemed possessed, you know, and so maybe they were, you know. Now that I look back, it's like, okay, that's, you know, that would make sense, right? And so we had to fight back, basically, okay? I got punched in the face, and I was just shocked because I never got punched in the face before, and I was like, all right, it's showtime, like, it's go time, you know, you want to do this? All right, let's do it, right? So what I'm saying is that you do not want to go against someone who's a chosen one or who's got the Holy Spirit that's in them, okay? They're a fighter, they're a player, okay? So they're not gonna just stand there and watch bad things happen, okay? They're going to defend their friends if they have good friends. They're going to speak out, you know, for the truth. If they see someone fall somewhere, they're going to, you know, come up to them and pick them up, right? And so yeah, you know, it's chosen ones are not to be messed with, you know, and once again, you do not want to mess with them in any way. You know, when they walk away, things fall apart, guys. You know, when I walked away from my cross country, okay, I was when I was doing cross country, right, I was the best on my team, definitely. I was the 5th in states, right? I don't remember which place I had in cross country, but I was also really good at that too, right? And so of course, I during my final year, right, I was like ready to become a captain, right, the team captain. There were several captains, guys and girls, right, and my my coach didn't make me captain, okay, and so I got pissed off at the injustice because here I was, right, taking our team to states for like 2-3 years in a row, right? And I was like, what? I'm not a captain. You're not going to make me a captain? All right. Well, peace out then, you know? So I decided to leave because it was my last year, right? And I decided to get a scholarship, an academic scholarship, and to continue modeling, right, instead of running in uni, right? So I decided not to run in uni anymore. And so I was like, okay, that's fine. And so I just decided to leave, and I left. I left the team, and I remember my coach and all my teammates or my running mates, they were just looking at me, just shocked, right? And like their best runner was leaving, right? And I just kind of, put the middle finger up, and I just said, well, peace out then. You don't want to make me captain like I deserve, right? Then that's okay. I said good luck getting to states, this year, and I laughed and I just walked away. And my coach was just like screaming in anger, and like he knew I was right, And so guess what, guys? That year, the chosen one walked away, right? They didn't get to states. They didn't get to states, of course, So don't mistreat the chosen one, okay? Because when we walk away, things tend to fall apart, okay? And so, and that's not to be like cocky about it or egotistical about it, right? It's just we do offer a lot of value, okay? And our value lies in our energy, okay? In a sense that we mean no harm to anyone, and that we're always there to protect, to speak out, to stand up for people, okay, who we are involved with, okay? And so the chosen ones in most cases are funny too. They're not boring at all, although some, like I said, they're very different too, right? And so it depends on the chosen one, right? But in most cases you don't want to mess with the chosen one, okay, because they have a spiritual team behind them. They have God behind them. They're on God's side, You don't want to mess with the one who created it all, right? And so, yeah. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Stay tuned for another video, okay? Please subscribe if you haven't already.